Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. Welcome back to VTM Coteries of New York. And we are here speaking with Torque, guys, one of the leaders of the Anarchs here in NYC, but not the leader. That privilege goes to Boss Callahan, who we met rather memorably and painfully in the last episode. And Callahan warned us that we were not to speak to Torque under any circumstances, but we went ahead and did so anyway, fulfilling what Sophie wanted us to do. So we got our meeting with Torque, let him know that Sophie wanted to speak to him, and we were kind of dealing with the aftermath of that when one of Callahan's goons, who helped lead the beatdown of us, was discovered spying. And now Torque is giving us the option of what we want to do with said ghoul. And I think right now, and you guys let me know in the comments, it's time for Xavier to get a little bit of payback. So, you want to repay the favor? Gladly. You go right ahead. Ooh, stake Vince. Or hurt Vince. A lot. Oh, we can't stake you because we don't actually have a stake, I suppose. I thought that he was a ghoul. But we'll hurt Vince. A lot. You hit Vince. Once. Twice. He's chuckling in the beginning. But you focus your blood for some extra oomph and keep hitting him. Again. More. Until he stops laughing. He's bruised, battered, and broken. The two Anarch dudes let go of him and you kick him some more while he's on the floor. You only stop when you hear Torque's voice. Enough's enough, Xavier. He takes an old pool cue and breaks it over his knee. Stake him and take him downstairs. Let's keep Callahan guessing about what happened to his favorite puppy. Mia takes the sharp piece of wood and jams it into Vince's chest. His features grow slack, his entire body inert. He doesn't even give out a yelp. The other two Anarchs take him out of the room. As entertaining as that was, I think Vince, in his unmatched wisdom, shared more than Callahan would hope for. This changes things. Ever heard about Operation Lights Out, Xavier? It was a second Inquisition effort here in NYC. A single night of raids at a magnitude never seen before, or since. The Ivory Tower got away with just a few losses here and there. No major players were hit. They managed to find safe spots and stay out of the eye of the shitstorm. Us, though, we got hit hard. All over town. Havens were rooted out, entire coteries and safe houses gone. Just like that. Nobody saw it coming. I barely got out in one piece. Mia looks at him with concern and puts a hand on his arm. He shrugs it off. Gently, but surely. Others, like my child, Barb, or Mia's sire, extinguished. But you know who got out without a scratch? Callahan. We've thought about it for the past few years. How is it that Big B managed to excuse himself from the Staten Island Museum where we used to meet, just before vans full of guys in body armor show up? How is it that as my baby is burning up after being shot with incendiary rounds, I also see Doug Callahan running with his tail between his legs, pushing fledglings like you in the path of the SI? We think the bastard knew what was coming, and he set us up. Not just us. Some of our brothers and sisters who got hit had some of the lowest profiles in the city's lick population. The moral of the story? Callahan is an opportunistic motherfucker, and if even his thickest followers suggest he's going to sell me out, then that's what he's going to do, as sure as the sun rises. He pauses for a moment, and you see him reach a decision. You said something about Langley having an offer for me. It might be your fault in part that I'm at this juncture, but now's going to be as good a time as any to listen to what she has to say. I don't think that's wise, T. Well, what would you have me do then? You said it yourself. It's all these fledglings' fault. They brought this on us. So let's use them as a bargaining chip. Callahan wants them. Langley needs them. They're valuable. No, you're wrong. I'm just a pawn. That's why Sophie sent me here. Plausible deniability and all that. I'm expendable. The realization that you just summarized the entirety of the last 2 weeks or so hits you hard. But if there was a moment to be honest with yourself, it's now. Fuck. The man puts his hand on Mia's shoulder. She calms down a bit. We're afraid, Xavier. But then, what else is new? It's a paradox being who we are. The hunter one night, the hunted another. Masters of the night, slaves to dawn. A duality to everything. Mia, I understand you're concerned, but I need you to trust me like you did before. This is my call, and my responsibility. You can give me shit about it later, like I'm sure you will. Count on it. He smiles, then takes on a no bullshit look, and points at you. 3 conditions. First, you come pick me up, personally, and bring me to the meeting spot. Anything goes sideways, it's your ass. Second, Mia's coming with me. No 2 ways about it. 8 eyeballs in the meeting. The 2 of you, the 2 of us, nobody else. And third, the meeting is in public. Downtown. Some spot frequented by mortals. We see you take us anywhere fishy, we check out and fuck you up as a message to Langley. I count on it not coming to that, though. You seem likable enough. The Cam hasn't got his talons in you yet. Keep it up, and maybe you'll come to the same conclusion we did in your own time. I'll make sure to repeat your conditions to Sophie. You do that. Best be on your way. Ask for me here when you need me. The bartender knows how to get in touch. Just ask him to put the owner on the line. Mia walks you to the door and accompanies you to your car. Listen, about what I said before. Yeah? What about it? I panicked. That's all that was. It was unfair, what I said. If anything, it's my fault. I'm angry with myself, and that makes me angry with you. Forget it. See ya. She starts walking back to the bar as you start the engine and head back to Sophie's apartment. Time to give Sophie the good news. She welcomes you as openly as ever, clearly excited to see you and for what news you might bring. Good evening, Xavier. How's your task going? You have something for me, perhaps? Ooh. I did what you asked. The meeting is set up. I suggest we take advantage of it quickly, though. There's going to be trouble. Trouble? What trouble? Well, Torque doesn't not trusting Sophie would be like a normal thing. Boss Callahan's goons grabbed me yesterday and forced me to meet with him. He was very clear that I cannot be seen talking to Torque, or he'll have me killed. I went and did it anyway. Well, I appreciate your dedication. I really do. I'm sorry if you got hurt. Thank you for following through. Well, let's hear it. What did Torque agree to? You relay the Anarch leader's conditions. You're to pick him and Mia up. The meeting should only include the four of you, and should be held in a public space. Those are all fair enough, although I do worry about that Mia character. Tell me, do you think she's trustworthy? I've met some Anarchs over the past few nights, and she was one of the more agreeable ones. She's fine, I guess. I see. Very well. As for the place, I wonder if they would agree to meeting in Hudson Yards. The vessel. Plenty of tourists visit that place, but if we go there after midnight... She seems to have made up her mind. Yes, bring them there tomorrow night. Look for me near the top level. Do you think Torque and Mia will agree to meeting in the city? It's Camarilla territory. Won't they be too cautious to come here? Well, they did ask me to pick the spot, did they not? It's public and in the open. They should love it. Pick them up at midnight, and then drive back to Midtown. That's the plan. I'll be waiting as long as it takes. Within reason. I'm counting on you, Xavier. The final puzzle piece is about to find its way to its destination. After that, we will all get our just reward. You, me, the Camarilla, even the Anarchs. I could kiss you. Yes, you'd like that. You desire it. She must have caught it in your expression. She smiles. A figure of speech, darling, or at least it is tonight. But a few nights from now, who knows? I am growing fond of you, and success whets my appetite for these kinds of things. The sexual tension in the room becomes unbearable until it suddenly disappears. Was this another one of Sophie's tricks? Or an actual spark of arousal in both of your undead bodies? You certainly felt the blood flow through you for a short moment. The warmth in your groin takes you by surprise. You didn't think you could do that anymore. Or did you just imagine it? Use the rest of this night well, Xavier, and rest. But we are but a day's sleep away from shaking the city awake. Okay, well we still need to talk to Coterie members. Oh well, let's see what happens here. You wake up. This is not your haven. It's a cramped space. You try to move your arms and find that they're tied to your body. You can barely bend your legs. When you try to stretch your neck, you hit a cold ceiling. You can't quite believe it, but this is a coffin. Or something close enough to it. It vibrates slightly, but you can't hear any sounds coming from outside. It's entirely dark. Oh man, we are going to be so hungry. You focus and divert your blood to boost your senses. And you begin to deduce some details. The vibrations mean you're in some kind of transport. Maybe a car. You can just hear the suggestion of an engine's hum. The cold interior is metal for sure, but more sounds you can try to focus on. A male voice, indistinct. The crackle of a radio? The brakes of a car. An impact. The container jostles about. The car door opens violently. You hear a gun being cocked. A panicked scream. Operation compromised. Engaging blank bodies. A deafening shot rings in your ears. Dazed, you return your senses to their normal levels. The ringing continues. The lid comes off. What the... Well, I'll be damned. The shifty fucker delivered the goods. You were trying to cross the border, right? Walked right into that Imperial ambush. Same as us and that asshole over there. Yeah, we gotta scram. And fast. Follow us. Seeing their faces is surprising. Even more so in these circumstances. However, you realize the immediate danger and follow your companions out of the car and down a street in North Bronx. The van has crashed into another car. A familiar face, that of Kaiser's ghoul, Jackie, stumbles out of the wrecked sedan and slinks away into darkness before you can call after him. The three of you jog away toward the line of the trees and take shelter under some branches. Just as you hear a chopper approaching, its searchlights illuminates the wrecked van and moves towards you. Lay low. D'Angelo does his disappearing trick and vanishes from sight. You look to Hope, but she's not there. You haven't seen any movement, just the tree she leaned against a scant few seconds ago. You're left alone with just seconds to make your move before the spotlight finds you. Hide behind a closest... Let's dive under a nearby bush. Blood is not our friend right now. Seeing no better option, you find the nearest bush and dive right under it. It's probably not the best or smartest thing to do, but you have to trust your gut. The illumination passes only inches away from you, but it's just a pattern of light on the ground. The trees block a good portion of it. It doesn't dwell on you. It doesn't seem like they've spotted you or any of your companions. Yeah, because we had to choose the two people who had obfuscate. The helicopter flies on, its searchlight frantically moving through the vicinity as your companions once again appear in your proximity. Nice job, kid. They seem to be moving on. Come on, before these SI fucks change their mind. Oh, Second Inquisition, lovely. What are you two doing here? Wait here, both of you. Hope, fill them in. I'll go scout ahead. Your life up to this point, everything you knew, it was a highly advanced VR simulation. Welcome to the real world. Your blank stare is what makes her crack. No, actually, the SI, First Light in this case, I think, raided your haven and took you in. They were just transporting you out of town. Kaiser told us which route they'd take. Kaiser organized this whole effort? Why would he do that? In the city, if Kaiser Reno finds somebody who's about to die useful, they simply don't die, Moron. Guess they've kept yourself useful. So good work and keep at it, eh? Hey, the limo's here. Come on. Time to blow this joint. Kaiser's familiar car stops nearby, and the back door opens. Your allies usher you inside and join you. Being inside this mobile fortress never felt like a relief. Until now. Hey, fledgling. Miss me? Actually, yeah, I kinda did. Oh, that's so sweet. I hate to break it to you, but I didn't take a sudden liking to you. I'm here on business. On brand? You'd know a thing or two about that, wouldn't you? Detective. You are here now only because I told you, your buddies, that you were neck-deep in shit. That van you were in? A one-way ticket to Hurtville, Pennsylvania. I broke you out as a favor. Now you owe me. Big. Hope snorts. And what's so funny, Jester? Hurtville? Pennsylvania? What? You like it? Yeah, it's literally the funniest thing I've ever heard. Is there a Usenet where you workshop these bits in with other ancient demons? Can I get in? Everyone's a critic. How the hell did you know the SI broke into my haven and took me away? Is that a piss-poor attempt at an insult, fledgling? I've kept eyes on you ever since that little job you did for me in Nolita. You know, in case I needed you for something else, I had to know your comings and goings. I guess the rumors are true. The old fart is surprisingly good at keeping up with the information flow in this city. Despite his age. Probably in the top 3. Gee, thanks, sugar. To be fair, you're probably in the top 10. He grins with what you assume is a lecherous smile. Hope seems only momentarily insulted by the top 10 remark. I have a good idea why the SI hit you, Xavier. Not that there aren't tons of good reasons for it. It might have been one of these, for instance. The screens in Kaiser's car flicker, and each of them now shows a short, looped clip. It's you. Getting into a fight. Feeding. Using one of your powers. You haven't exactly kept a low profile, fledgling. I get it, you're new to this, you didn't know better, yada yada yada. The fact is, the SI has tons of this stuff. Security camera footage, YouTube videos posted by onlookers, social media posts from victims. You name it. Like I said, though, I don't think any of these did you in. Slip-ups happen. Not to you, though, right? I always wondered, how is it that you can drive a pompously luxurious limo around NYC and not get caught? Which is secret? Body doubles? Decoy cars? Kaiser smiles, going for that anthropomorphic piranha look you saw a few times before. You do know what killed the cat, don't you, Mr. Finch? D'Angelo freezes and scratches his face, looking fiercely at the other Nosferatu. You notice that his hands are shaking. Well, do you? Stop shedding up the upholstery and answer. Or should I use your given name, too? Yeah, I know why the cat croaked. You would, wouldn't you? You've never seen D'Angelo serve anyone a death stare quite like the one he's shooting Kaiser now. As much as I enjoy tempering your overinflated ego, we're nearing our destination, so I think I'll move on. The reason I need you walking and talking, Xavier, is to test a hypothesis of mine. For that, I need you to finish what you were tasked to do. So, first things first. Here. He hands you a phone. The number's already been dialed. You hear the tone, and somebody picks up. Who is this? It's me, Sophie. Xavier? Are you okay? They're fine and dandy. Kaiser? What are you doing on this line? What do you think? It's my phone your protege is using, so keep it snappy. Operating a secure network ain't cheap. Come on, Xavier. Spit it out. D'Angelo and Hope saved me from the Second Inquisition, Sophie. I only got out because of them. Your companions look at one another knowingly. S.I. That's what I feared. Listen, the plan. We need to do it tonight. But if the Inquisition is involved and you broke out, they'll be looking for you. So we can't meet in public. I have a place in mind, but... Kaiser, are you still listening?
Would I tell you if I wasn't?
Xavier, call this number from where you visited before we last spoke. I'll come pick you up. She hangs up.
And that's that. Ain't gotta tell you, kid. This entire conversation has my curiosity, alright.
No need to answer that riddle. I think I've almost arrived at the answer.
Sorry to spoil the fun, but I'll answer that particular riddle momentarily. Don't worry, doll. I can throw a few other ones your way after our mutual acquaintance continues with their night. If my intel is worth a damn, your next stop, Xavier, is right about here.
The car comes to a stop, and the door opens. Outside, you see the street leading to Solids and Stripes, Torque's pool hub.
Well, you need me to kick you out?
What about D'Angelo and Hope?
What about them? They're staying right where they are, and we're going to have a little chat. After we're done, I'm sure they'll find their way back to their havens just fine. The clock is ticking. I think I know what Sophie wants to do tonight, and if I'm right, tonight's the last chance you've got. If you want to say bye to your buddies before you go, that's fine by me. But that schedule of yours is pretty hectic, so you better do it now and scram.
So I guess we spent so much time on the side quests, we weren't able to talk to Tamika or Agathon. So Hope and D'Angelo jumped in to help. So you got... Okay, so we've got kind of like a limited amount of actions we can do before the end game starts. So that's interesting. That definitely gives this game some replayability. You thank both of your companions for their assistance. Without them, you wouldn't be here now. Kaiser makes a gagging gesture and urges you to step out of the car. You turn around and make your way to the bar. The door closes behind you and Kaiser's limo starts moving again. You hope your companions won't have to pay too high of a price for helping you. Solids and Stripes is pretty much abandoned tonight, with only the bartender and one bleary-eyed local watching an old Bogart movie on the bar screen. Oh, so they are. You ask to use the phone, and call Sophie first. Yes. I'm here. Are you on your way? Yes, we'll be there in about 15 minutes. Notify Torque if he's not there. We need to talk soon, and move quickly. She hangs up. You tell the bartender to notify Torque, just like the Anarch leader mentioned you should. The man makes a short call. You only hear somebody picking up, but no words exchanged. The owner's on his way right now. Can I get you anything while you're waiting? Oh, probably maybe our last opportunity to get blood. Actually, do you serve the, special stuff? The bartender raises an eyebrow. The special reserve, you mean? Sorry, I can only serve that to a narrow selection of the owner's friends. Ooh. Well, I mean, we can use our powers for presents, but we'll get blood. I'm not sure if that's a take one step forward, take one step back thing. I'll tell you what, guys, this seems like a perfect place to go ahead and end it, and we will pick it up next time. I don't know how much more of the game we have to go, but things are definitely, the pieces are moving, let's say, to their conclusion. But if you guys liked the episode, please leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help. And we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.